The most dangerous thing thought can do is not deceive you. It is make you forget that it is only thought. A sentence appears in the mind, and the body begins to suffer, as though it were already true. Your phone vibrates. A message appears. We need to talk tomorrow. Only 5 words. The room has not changed. The walls are still quiet. The light from the screen rests on your hand. Nothing has happened. And yet, within seconds, tomorrow has already begun. You imagine the conversation, the expression on their face, the pause before they speak, the words you do not want to hear. Perhaps they are leaving. Perhaps you have failed. Perhaps your life is about to change. The phone is still in your hand. The conversation has not happened, but your chest tightens. Your breathing changes. Your body begins to respond to an event that exists only in thought. What is the fact? 5 words on a screen. What has thought added? A future, an ending, a loss, an entire world created in a few seconds. Thought takes what is unknown and fills it with what is already known. A past rejection, an old goodbye, a moment when you were not chosen. It reaches into memory, takes an image from yesterday, and places it inside tomorrow. Then it says, this is what will happen. Tomorrow has not arrived, but thought speaks as though it has already been there. It does not say, I am imagining. It says, I know. Can thought know what has not yet happened? Or can it only project what has already happened into a space it cannot control? Thought has an important place. It remembers your name. It learns a language. It finds the road home. It plans, measures, builds. Without thought, daily life would become impossible. But something changes when thought enters the psychological world. When it asks, will I still be loved? Will I always be safe? Will this pain return? It searches memory for an answer. But memory contains only what has already happened. So every answer arrives, carrying yesterday. Thought may look toward tomorrow, but it looks through the eyes of the past. The message remains unanswered. You walk across the room, then back again. You prepare what you will say. You defend yourself against words that have not been spoken. You become angry with someone who has not yet explained. By morning, you may have lived the same imagined ending again and again and again. Perhaps tomorrow will be painful. Perhaps it will not. But thought has already made you experience the pain before life has touched you. Thought says, if I imagine every possibility, nothing will surprise me. If I prepare for the worst, I will be safe. But is this safety? Or are you repeatedly living the very thing you are trying to avoid? Thought does not always protect you from pain. Sometimes it makes you suffer it in advance. Then another thought appears. I must stop thinking. I need to control my mind. I should remain in the present. But who is trying to stop thought? Another thought. One thought creates fear. Another tries to remove it. One imagines tomorrow. Another condemns the imagination. Thought divides itself, then begins to fight itself. The observer who says, I must control my thoughts, is also created by thought. An image of someone calm, present, untroubled. One thought judges another. While imagining, it stands outside the movement. But the thinker is part of thought. There was a man who returned to this question throughout his life. His name was Krishnamurti. But the name is not important. The question is, can thought, which is born from memory, ever meet something completely new? Thought can be intelligent, creative, technically brilliant. But psychologically, it always arrives from what has been. It carries experience, knowledge, pleasure, pain, fear. It may create a new explanation, but the material is still memory. Late at night, another scene begins. The room is dark. The event happened years ago. Someone said something that humiliated you. Perhaps everyone else has forgotten. Perhaps the person who said it does not even remember. But you do. The sentence returns. Their face returns. The sound of the room. The feeling in your body. The event is over. Nothing is happening now. And yet, your jaw tightens. Your heart beats faster. You begin answering them again, inside your mind. This time, you say the perfect words. This time, you do not remain silent. But there is no one in the room, only thought, rebuilding the past, inside the present. If the event ended years ago, what is happening now? The past itself? Or thought? Giving the past another life. A memory appears, and the wound becomes present again. Thought says, I am remembering, but the body is reliving. Perhaps psychological time begins here. I was hurt. I am wounded. I may be hurt again. The past moves through the present and becomes the future. Thought creates fear of tomorrow, then promises a safer tomorrow. It revives the wound, then searches for a way to escape the wound. Can the same movement that sustains the conflict bring the conflict to an end? Perhaps the question is not how to stop thought. Any method would require thought. Any goal would create another future, another struggle. The question may be simpler. Can thought be seen as thought? When the message appears, we need to talk tomorrow. Can you see the words? Then the image that follows? The remembered goodbye? The sensation in the body? Can you observe the movement without following it and without trying to silence it? Not, I must stop thinking. Only, thought is moving. A thought says, they are going to leave. Can it be heard as a thought rather than accepted as a fact? Not believed, not rejected, simply seen. Tomorrow finally arrives. You sit across from the person. They begin to speak. Perhaps the conversation is painful. Perhaps the message meant something completely different. But can you listen? Not through the conversation. Thought created last night. Not through the answers you prepared. Not through an ending you have already imagined. Can you meet the actual moment without forcing it to become the future thought predicted? Thought prefers the known. Even a painful conclusion can feel safer than uncertainty. The known gives thought a place to stand. The unknown offers no image, no certainty, no control. But is the image protection, or is it a wall between you and what is actually happening? Do not turn observation into a method. The moment you say, I will observe thought, so that thought becomes silent. Thought has created another goal, another future, another struggle. The one trying to become silent is still thought. Just notice the movement, the word, the image, the memory, the sensation, the story beginning to form. The next time thought says, this is reality. Pause. Ask nothing. Change nothing. Simply look. Is it reality? Or is it thought speaking in the voice of reality? Stay with that